Hi. I don't know what else to say. Anyway, today we're gonna start with our what to play day 1 kind of thing again. Right, so we'll go with the first class first. Forest craft. Let's see, all this porter. Oh, forest. Let's see. Huh. Yeah, just display Sekka. Alright, for Swordcraft today we have the Evo Loot version. So for Evo Loot, basically the goal is kind of like Evo Rune where you need to evolve 5 times, right? Instead of 5, you want to evolve 7 for Kagemitsu so that you can do AoE 4. So the idea is that with the new Oculus effect, it's kind of like Grimnir with the spell. The only difference is that you need to use 4 loots in order to activate the 8 damage effect. So what you want to do is that you want to have Leot Pyre before this on Evo, and then the next turn Leot will do AoE 3 damage, and then you can play Kagemitsu from your hand or even from the leader effect, evolve it, go face with it, and then play the spell to deal 8 damage to the face, because usually you'll be able to clear full of the board. So the deck usually focuses on that, and we are running the new Frenzy Crop Master because it got buffed. It's a very strong buff. You can get it around like turn 6. As you can see here, we don't run Promoter endgame, but you can run it because for me, my goal was to just kill people on turn 7 with the evolved Leot on turn 6, so that's my idea. However, I do recommend that endgame is kind of like for more consistency instead of just going for the OTK, which is what I want to do. Alright, next up we have not so pleasant Chaos Room. I don't know why this deck still is viable, because they gave one of the most powerful card, Ryo, a very powerful but late game effect to a deck where you can benefit Ryo of it. So why do we play Wims with Ryo? Because first of all, very obvious thing, Ryo is very high cost. So Wims is one of the few ways to reduce Ryo to a very playable play point at early game, like turn 6 and 7. So you can play Ryo, evolve Ryo AoE 11, and turn everything in your deck to 1 play point. So the question is why so? Because in Rune, you have a lot of ways to like fetch out 1 play point card. For example, Elimination Unleashed will actually grab like any cards in your followers, any followers in the deck right now to reduce their cost. I don't think you reduce them. I don't know how the interaction works, but basically you can grab anything and they are 1 play point. You can also draw them out with Wings of Tomorrow, and so we run 1 Hermit of Truth, maybe run more Hermits. You can also use Sacred Bird to like draw. Bellinger is also one of the cards you can draw. So like the card is all like ways to draw, or Jupiter as well, sorry. You'll be able to draw like 1 play point cards that are very powerful, and those 1 play point cards might be able to draw more. For example, Imaginary Realization for 1 play point. Crazy. So the deck is more higher than before, and it's probably going to become an actual tier 2 from now on. Alright, up next we have Dragon class. For Dragon class, honestly speaking, the only thing that I can say is crazy. You'll be using it in both versions, which is the burn and buff. First of all, we see buff dragon. So buff dragon, we are playing with Galmux and the new Adherent of Ador. So how it works is that because Galmux defense and the new Adherent is very thick, you'll be able to like deal damage, self-sustain them to like trigger your effects. Adam Torch is also a very nice card because generally speaking, all your followers' defense are very high, and you will be able to draw more than 1 card. Honestly speaking, Torch effect will draw 1, and then you just evolve it and trade, or some of them have Rush and you can evolve and trade. The card we took out here is Chorus Shark, which might see play again. Personally speaking, I prefer damage, so we are playing like Calmux and the Order because they'll be able to do a lot of damage. Moving on, we have Burn Dragon, also known as Natural Dragon. The reason why we don't run the Adherent as we run on the other build is because there's a cute interaction with Rowan. Rowan deals 2 damage to your follower. You won't be able to like make it survive, and you won't be able to deal 2 damage space. So it doesn't suit the whole burn version. However, we still have like really good burn damage. You can see like Dragon Hunt is still really solid. You can even run Fudo, which is now much more solidified because you run more spells, honestly speaking. And Galmux is fixed here very well. We can play turn 6 Galmux into the rendering that he gets, and then afterwards on turn 7 you can play the typical Brutal Dragonil into Rowan. So it fits out widely to the deck, and it should be a top tier contender compared to its other incarnations. Up next we have the beautiful Jerry. Not this Jerry. This Jerry, Majerba. So Majerba Dragon might be a legit deck solely because of Rowan. Rowan's leader effect +1 whenever you deal damage. So what's so interesting about this is that Jerry has a evolved token where it allows you to play for 0 play point, deal 4 damage to the face. Fun. And Jerry's leader effect also deals 4 damage to the face. Fun! So basically, with Jerry, it's basically 8 damage, which is really, really cheap, and it just synergizes well with Dragoncraft. For Dragoncraft, generally speaking, doesn't want to have like a lot of garbage in its deck. For example, Ignis Dragon is something that you don't want to draw multiple copies. You just want to draw it early game and just ramp and be done with it. So you can actually cut Ignis Dragon. We're playing buff as a base because I believe buff is just really, really solid, and like playing buff in the deck will be able to like allow you to have access to all the other cards to be more thicker. For example, Dragonic Mercenary is now very, very thick. It's very hard to remove. Moment Punishment is a very good one-off in this deck, etc, etc. Like basically, it just works very well in my opinion, and I think there's more variation of Jerry. This is a 24 unique card, so if you don't want to break, because the problem with this Jerry build is that if you actually draw 5 unique cards in this deck, that means your 5 cards are all unique. You don't draw multiple copy. You might not activate Jerry's effect because Jerry wants 20 unique in the deck when you banish everything from the deck. So you can opt for more unique cards. I think there's a calculation that says you want to have around 27 to 28 unique cards, but I'm not too sure about that. Alright, up next we have Shadowcraft. For Shadowcraft, the new card Rune. Rune is very solid actually. It acts as a 1 card infinite value. I talk about it in my other review video. You can check out the link below. I will link it below there, or maybe it got recommended. I don't know, just watch my videos. Anyway, Rune basically allows you to have infinite trade here, so it makes sense to play in the Evo version because this allows you to save hand. That means you don't have to like actually draw cards anymore. You just have to play Rune to keep trading and also generating a lot of shadows for your necromancy. So it fits well into the deck. I don't know what else to say. It looks very solid. I think this could be a potential tier 1 if everything goes well. However, the problem we realize is that if you don't trade, it doesn't get shadow generated. It might just stay there doing nothing. So this is concerned, but I think it's fine. You know, why are you scared of like multiple 2-1s that can go face? Alright, up next we have a very old card, a very old face. It's the beautiful series that hasn't seen play since the nerf. However, there is a purpose in her now. You can play her back in the OTK series deck. Might be good, might be not be bad. I have no idea. So what you want to do is that you want to have multiple series effect, namely 2 into Flame Zombie or even the Skullfish. This is very important though. You need to have Spiteful Scream so that you can trigger the last word effect. What this means is that if you have double series stacked into, let's say, Flame Zombie or even Skullfish, it will trigger the series last word twice. For example, Flame Zombie will be able to deal 10 damage because you basically trigger her last words twice, 5/5, and then you destroy Flame Zombie with Suicide Effect, or you just evolve and trade it. Skullfish also same, however Skullfish uses Necromancy because Skullfish herself has the Necromancy to deal 2 damage. So Skullfish will deal 3 from the series effect, deal another 2 from the last word effect, and then proceeds to deal another 3 and 2, which is 10/10. So basically what you want is 2 series spells into 1 target, and then you want to have Spiteful Scream. How consistent is this? I have no idea. This is an idea you can run, go ham with it. Alright, up next we have Blood. Blood is nothing interesting in my opinion. Basically you just play Valeric, the new legendary, and then also Lothering Desire. However, I am not running the new Inherent because I don't think you need it in the deck. A deck with so many low cost value already, I don't think you need it at all. You might run it if you want to have more bodies on the board, and like if you want to like have AoE effect because board matters maybe. However, the most important thing is that we do not need to run cards like Zeno Diablo or Omniface anymore. Cards like Dark Emperor has been a contest of like, do we run it or not run it? I still stand by the fact that you do not need Dark Emperor. You just need to like smoke, go face, and win the game. It's very, very easy this time with Valorant. Valorant is so much damage, and you shouldn't have any issues closing games right now. Up next we have Heal Haven with the addition of Marvin and also the original translation Eternal Despair, but now called Perpetual Despair, same meaning. You'll be able to like heal even more and have more consistency controlling, because Marvin basically just says no. Your opponent has a scary board, press no. It's as easy as that. I think this deck could be a new top tier contender. Don't quote me on that though. It's very, very scary, the fact that it can hold back decks like Shadow and the rest, so let's be mindful of that. And also Gunneris is a very good addition because you'll be able to stall the 10-10 because you're a stall deck, control deck, and once you reach 10-10 you basically win because Gunneris Invoke Effect is just crazy good. Last but not least, we have Lishana herself, the idol, my love. That's smart. Anyway, I'm gonna get sidetracked here. With Lishana, basically you're able to play the Puppet package, and interestingly, the Puppet cards that I've included this time from the usual Puppet package will be the Draft Engineer. So back then, when I saw this card, I was like, Rune Puppet, what a brilliant card. Rune Puppet's problem back then wasn't that it's weak, but because there was no reason to play it. There's no reason to accelerate to 10 Destroy until now. With the addition of Lishana, you really want to accelerate the 10 Destruction so that you can play Lishana for the full value. And once you have Lishana online, oh boy, the deck just go crazy. When Melody returns, you'll be able to get Lishana back to the hand so that you can generate more value by evolving her and generating more of the tokens, the amulet tokens. And plus with the Inherence or Melody, you'll be able to copy more followers and also token to even reduce them and play them all out. Frankly speaking, you'll be able to even reach Lich 20 Destruction because of how often this deck now goes for destruction value, just to reduce the cost of the amulets and just to reach 10 destruction. So that's it for the video today. If you like it, subscribe, blah blah blah, all those things. How I feel is that despite the opinion that none of them actually challenges Forest, I believe a lot of them challenges Shadow, both Evo and Last Word, and it will actually affect the meta in that sense. Meaning, if you close your eyes and ignore if you close your eyes and ignore Forest, yeah, that's great. Just ignore Forest like how I ignore Forest in my deck because it's pointless to build Etheria. Stay tuned, goodbye, take care.